is part 1 of You Are Divinely Chosen by the Honorable Pt.1, Pt.1, Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Welcome to Feast of Weeks, where we are learning our responsibility as the first fruits of the harvest of Yahweh. Our scriptures teach us that we as a people do not consider. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. Read.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Verse 4.
Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward.
That is the condition of the so-called black man of America. Verses 3 and 4 describes our condition to perfection. Verse 5, read.
Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
Verse 6, read.
From the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Verse 7, read.
Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
Verse 9, read.
Except the Lord Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
There are 60 million black people in America, and prophecy says that I'm only going to save 144,000. Revelation 7:1, 4. That is the fulfillment of this remnant. Such a small number out of 60 million. That number is left. The rest is like so much fodder. So much trash to be burned. We're not here. They're going to revolt more than you see them revolting now. Now, it doesn't have to be like that. You have a choice. Revelation 7:4, read.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Is that it? That's what's going to be? Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 1. What a process we're going to have to go through to just get the 144,000. They are scattered. They're not sitting up in one city. Back to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. We're celebrating the Feast of Weeks in Miami. And if you walk out into the city and ask them what feast is being celebrated, they can't tell you. And when you tell them about Feast of Weeks and invite them, they have a busy schedule. It is so busy, it prevents them from coming to celebrate Feast of Weeks. Now, you can go to them with anything foolish to celebrate, and you'll find them celebrating foolishness. Right this second. They have so much foolishness and so much time that you can find them on the corners. Lined up and down the street and in the alleys. All running to and fro, looking for foolishness to celebrate. Jeremiah 4:22. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22.
For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 4, read.
Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord Yahweh, nor the judgment of their God.
Here Yahweh is judging America, and my people know not the judgment of Yahweh. We're celebrating Feast of Weeks, and they can't relate. They don't relate. They won't relate. I guess they can. They won't. They refuse to relate. I've certainly taught them for years here, 7 years straight, about all of the high holy days, and I saw to it that 100,000 black people heard almost every week about all of our high holy days, all that Yahweh requires. I spread it from city to city. Many of you are here, heard it. That's how you heard about me. I was spreading the news of the judgments of Yahweh, his requirements, his laws, statutes, judgments. And our people showed us that only a remnant was going to hear it. Until this day, back to Isaiah chapter 1. An ox has more sense, and your ass is more intelligent than you. But I read where even your ass recognized the angel of the Lord, standing in the way where you were too numb to see. Proves my point. The ox knows his owner. The ass knows where it's supposed to lay. The master's crib, where it's to eat. And here's my people, O Israel. They know nothing. Don't know. The book says Israel just does not know. It didn't qualify what? You don't have enough sense to even be qualified with what? Just don't know. That's what, is your book reading like mine? But Israel does not know. It means what? Understand anything. Israel has zero understanding. What a people we are. Walking the streets of America worse than a man laying up in the funeral home embalmed. I was discussing that on my way here tonight, that years ago when I said we were dead, it was kind of like a statement, a matter of fact statement. You just get caught up in saying, oh, my people are dead. You know, they're blind, deaf, dumb, ignorant, and dead to the knowledge of themselves. You know, and you just kind of say it. But after producing the work that Yahweh has done through me to my people, and erasing every excuse, such as through first-rate foods, and watch my people choose filthy stores over the cleanest on earth, and watch my people choose unfriendly stores over the most friendly on earth, and to watch my people choose higher prices and drive miles to pay more. And watch my people go and buy bad meat and inferior products instead of first-rate products has just made me say they really are dead, for real, absolutely dead. To make an excuse to not come to your store, even if you have to drive from the Panhandle, tells you our condition. Every excuse removed, yet we cling to the condition that we always complained about. How do you complain now about being mistreated and overcharged and having inferior products when it's in your backyard and your front yard and all around you? So it kind of makes them be quiet, but they choose the old mindset and just don't know Yahweh, don't know their owner. Verse 4 says, but a sinful people, bunch of lawbreakers. The first excuse was, I would shop, but you don't have any pork in the store. So I said, okay, this day I set before you kosher and pork. Still in shop. Well, I would shop in the store, but you don't sell cigarettes. You like lung cancer? Here's your cancer stick. Still no shop. I would shop, but you don't have any beer. You like suds with 59 different kind of chemicals and preservatives and poison? Drink on. We'll trade, but you don't have any Mad Dog 2020. Thunderbird and Midnight Express and stuff. So I put that wine in and charge them 10, 20, 30 cents a bottle cheaper. Niggas go across the street to a dirty hole and pay 30 cents more. I can only conclude they must be a dead folk. They were just talking. I was alive and thought they knew what they were saying. I thought my people knew what they wanted. It turns out they don't know. They just plain don't know. They just talking. You can't pay them anything. It's like a man laying up on the table, unconscious, talking out his head, and they wake up and you say, what did you say? I don't know. I'm just having to face it. See, my people are a bunch of evildoers, seeds of evildoers. That means your parents were evildoers. And your grandparents were evildoers. No wonder you spent 300 years on the plantation, slave. And it didn't break you either. Come out of slavery, physical slavery, worse than ever. You would think at least slavery would teach anybody to have some sense. Complain that the reason he didn't have anything is because he was in slavery. He's been turned loose and he still has nothing. So the problem must not be slavery. In slavery they had a house, even if it was pitiful. At least it was a house. Everybody had a cabin or a barn to sleep in with the animals. You had something to cover your head. Now my people are crying the same blues they cried in slavery. Love crying. But you're a bunch of evildoers. That's all you do is evil. Day and night. How much good is being done in the street right now? How much good are they looking to do? Oh, come on. Surely they're out searching for good. It's not on their mind? Those who used to hang around me for a while and claimed to be a follower and left, what did they go looking for? No, they went to look for good, didn't they? They left good looking for what? Since I'm the light, they must have gone looking for darkness. Now my book told me why my people love darkness.
John 3:19.
Let's go to John 3:19 and see why would they make such a choice. John 3:19. There's got to be a reason they would make a choice like that. To leave the light and run for the darkness. John 3:19.
And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Welcome to the ghetto. You're in the midst of evildoers. You're in the midst of a people that love darkness rather than light. My people even love to come out at night. They'll sleep all day if you let them. And hang out all night long. And run for cover when the sun starts coming up. Run home. Man, it's daylight now. I got to go. They even hate the physical life. And go home and put the curtains down and the blinds down and try to make the room dark. They love to sleep in darkness. Hang out in the dark. And what's going on in the darkness? Evil. 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 Sinful people, a bunch of lawbreakers. And they refuse to consider. And they are children that corrupt everybody. Terrible people. How can you be a good people breaking God's laws? How can you be a good people loving darkness rather than light? How can you be a good people running to do evil rather than good? How can you be a good people and you are a corrupter? And you wonder why nobody wants to have anything to do with you in that society. You run around saying, you won't let me in, I'll file suits on you. I'll march and I'll protest and I'll demonstrate. Let me in so I can corrupt it. I have a right to corrupt yours too. Is this our condition in America? Well, Feast of Weeks requires us to remember our condition of life before we made our exodus out of Egypt. And we had a pretty rough life in Egypt, but it's hard to believe that we were as bad in Egypt as niggas are in America. There's no way in the world Yahweh would have rescued all of us out of Egypt if we as bad as niggas are today. We're so bad now, Yahweh say only a remnant.
Zephaniah 2:7.
Zephaniah 2:7, read.
And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah.
The coast is where I am. The coast is right here in Florida. So this shall be the coast from here to Maine, all the way up. Shall be for us, the house of Judah. I'm not worried about the interior. We're already located. Almost all of us are located within 100 miles of the coast, all the way up, all of us, 90% of us. And that's where we feed. I'm visiting you to turn away your captivity. How are you captive today? Mentally, spiritually. Remember, we made a great exodus out of Egypt. And we're going to make even a greater exodus out of America. And when some heard this, they went and sold their house. Didn't ask me nothing. These revenue always says we're leaving America. I'm selling out now. So don't sell your house. Yeah, you'll never leave me. That's the truth. I told everybody, don't you do it. They did it anyway. Why did my people do that? Those that did it. Because their mind is so juvenile. You just don't have no spiritual understanding. If we're going to have a greater exodus out of America than out of Egypt means a spiritual exodus, a mental exodus. There's no need to take 60 million black people out of America and put them anywhere on the planet with the same mindset. You just have America wherever you take niggas. Amazing. We need to change the mindset. Now, something's going to happen because Understanding the scripture to be real and only a remnant of us is going to make this exodus. What's going to happen to the other 60 million blacks?
Zechariah 13, 8 and 9. Zechariah 13, 8 and 9.
Zechariah 13, 8 and 9. What's going to happen to the 60 million blacks in America? Read.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my God.
Now, if it's 30 million blacks, that means 20 million are going to die. 10 million will be left. If it's 60 million, it means 40 million are going to die. 20 million will be left. And in any event, you've got to go through the fire. You can't just come in and sit down in heaven. You're going to have to be what? Refined. Have you ever noticed how crude we are? We are some gross people.
Yes, sir.
Our mouths are filthy and love it. You don't know Yahweh, you use some nasty language. What? So it's going to require a greater mindset change to leave America than it did for us to leave Egypt. Problem with the difference is we left whole body, mind, and soul out of Egypt. Here the body is stuck. I did a calculation that it would take over 3,500 years to move us physically from America to some other point. 3,500 years to physically move all of us out of this country. Using every means of transportation that exists. That means with the airlines and ships and boats and all that'll go from here home, old home, it would take us 3,500 years with everything running 24 hours a day, non-stop. It's easier to just change the mindset here. You got it? Now you know why this is New Jerusalem. It's not new till we make it new, but it's our job to make it new. Look at the job we have. That's why everybody is screaming birth control. Birth control is designed to fulfill the scriptures, to get rid of you. Get rid of niggas. Cut you up, cut you out. So as Yahweh builds the wealth, your children won't get any because you don't have any. You won't have any kids because yours are already cut out. And you've already taught them have one or none. They don't want any until they get 35 or 40 because they bought. That's the only way you can have something is have none. So when heaven is built, you won't have nothing living in it. You will be cut off right here in hell. You don't have to go to hell. That's all you know now is hell. You don't know heaven. Oh, prophecy cannot be turned around. It will be fulfilled. Black folk are calling for their own destruction. I don't want to have no kids. I don't want no more. Cut me off, Doc. The one I got, kill it.